Hi, this is Wishop, and this is a video for the full moon of January 27th, 2017. It's going to be I'm sorry, did I say full moon? New moon in Aquarius on or at 7:07 p.m. I think that's Eastern time. So I wanted to do this reading, and I stacked up some cards of different sizes. I have 3 tarot cards and an oracle card. And this is not the first time I'm recording this, which is typical, actually. It happens a lot that I have to record and re-record because I clear my throat or there's something going on. But also because sometimes by talking through the reading the first time, I understand it better and I feel like I can distill the message more concisely if I do the video again. And this is one of those times. So first, let me give you the brief blurb on the new moon in Aquarius. This is a fabulous new moon. All the planets are currently direct. New moons, as you probably already know, are a great time to make what are called new moon intentions, affirmations of things that you want to be true, like wishes. And right now, the new moon is going to be somewhat concurrent with the upcoming Chinese New Year, which is the year of the fire rooster, which is also something you can think of as the phoenix. So we have that rebirth energy. Aquarius is highly innovative, loves new things. So this is a great time as you're maybe retooling pieces of yourself and your life to put down those intentions in some concrete form that makes sense to you and really catalog them in some way. This is what I was thinking. This is what I was feeling. This is what I wanted. Because most likely you've gone through some pretty big changes over the past 2 or 3 years, certainly, maybe even the past 6 months, but certainly the past 2 or 3 years that have probably caused you to reevaluate major things in yourself and in your life. And it could be that circumstances from the outside have pressed upon you, or it could be that you've experienced this evolution from the inside. The two of them can be feeding off each other and informing each other. So what you used to value, especially what you used to value, the things that you held dear, the people you held dear, the goals that you had for yourself have likely changed in some dramatic way or another. They've taken a new direction. They've taken a new path. And that path is most probably, given the kind of astrology and the energies, at least as I see them, is probably tied to something older. So it could be something in your family. It could be something from your childhood. It could be an old desire that you had, something that you used to love, that you always thought about. And now you've somewhat rediscovered that. It could even be effects that you feel from your past life or through some tradition that you've renovated for yourself. And now your new path is somehow tied to that old stuff. And that's a good thing, actually. Although we talk about this year, 2017, as being a 1 energy, it's really a 10. And 10 not only has the seed of the new in it, the 1, but it also has the void, the ending of the 0. If a beautiful new meadow grows of flowers, you could find that that meadow is so lush and beautiful because there was a fire the year before, which enriched the soil. This is that kind of energy. You've probably had something come down, get pushed aside, maybe even be devastated in some pretty dramatic way on the inside or the outside, transformative energy. And that has caused you to redefine, to start blooming again, to plant new seeds, And probably you're being surprised by what's coming up, even as you're charting this new path. And that is what these cards kind of have to do with. So let me get into them. We have a fairy tarot card, which was a holiday gift, this deck. So I was excited to use it. And we get the Ace of Cups. Well, we all love to see the Ace of Cups. It's so exciting. It's so new. It's so fresh. It's births. It's things coming from the divine feminine. It's because it's sort of tied to Cancer. So we have these deep things which bubble to the surface, and they are sweet. And this particular version of the Ace of Cups has this adorable little lamb and this heart. It also has a Latin saying. And the Latin saying is interesting because cure acunt mortalia corda basically translates to caring anxieties, worries, that kind of thing, hurts the mortal heart. And I see it as if you didn't care, it wouldn't hurt. That the things that you've dealt with that you've been leaving in the past, or the anxieties that you're facing going forward, they hurt because you care. And caring is in some sense winning. To be able to approach your life with love and compassion means you're already doing the most important thing. But newness and new caring, it does attach new worries. You know, imagine a parent with a beautiful new baby. There is so much overflowing love, and yet now they're concerned. What if I do the wrong thing? Will my child grow up healthy and happy? All of the cares that a parent has come from that deep and inexhaustible font of love that they have for their child. So this is sort of the sense that you are following your deep passions, but don't be fooled that following your passions, following your heart is easy, because it isn't always easy. It doesn't mean it's not worthwhile. It's definitely worthwhile, but it has its own new stresses. So let me give you the next card. The next card, this is from the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck, which is only majors. And we got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune is often, a card of fate, of divine timing, of cycles moving in their natural order. This shows a cycle moving not quite in its natural order. So here, this depiction shows an invitation from the Queen. So we have a crown and a seal on this letter. And so it looks like an invitation from the Queen. That would be a formal, regimented, organized way for something to happen. You know, this is something showing up on a silver platter, right? That's how this is. This is luck that feels like it shows up on a silver platter. This is disruptive. This is no ordinary invitation. This doesn't, you don't come in through the front door on the red carpet. It doesn't mean you're not going to the ball. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't mean you're not destined. You're going to be there. But the entryway isn't going to be through this invitation, through this very official path. The Wheel of Fortune is also a card I associate with Jupiter. And Jupiter is going to go retrograde, upside down, retrograde. It's going to be the first of the planets to go retrograde, because right now they're all direct. And it's going to do that in early February, I think February 6th, if I have that right. And that's going to be somewhat near the full moon of February 10th in Leo, which bursts forth with that great Leo energy of, I am here, hear me roar. So if you think of this as, I think that the planets tend to give us a kiss as they go in and out of retrograde. Like, hello, goodbye, give you a hug. Jupiter, as it goes retrograde, could be giving us a kiss of luck. But the luck isn't going to be that you get the invitation from the Queen. And we have another card that's just like that. So interesting. This is the Zirkus Magi Tarot. And I picked it because I feel like a lot of us were in one circus and realized, oh, this is not my circus. These are not my elephants. I don't want to be in this carnival. But I do realize I do want to be in a carnival of some sort. I do want to be in some kind of crazy circus, but not this one. Maybe I'm a juggler and I really want to learn the trapeze. I always thought I wanted to be a juggler. I wanted to hang out with other jugglers, and now I realize it doesn't suit me. But the trapeze, that strikes some old chords in me, some deep longing that I have. And now I know I have to pursue it, right? So that's kind of the idea. And meanwhile, I'm looking at the rest of this circus going, I don't need any of this. I just need to get myself to trapeze school, if that makes sense. So here is the other card that I got, which is the Mystagogue. Now, in this deck, the Mystagogue is the Hierophant. So here it is upright. So the Hierophant is often a keeper of traditions and education and training. And trains, you see, we've got these two little acolytes who are basically learning from the Mystagogue. So sometimes I think of the Mystagogue as your spiritual teacher, a guru. It could be a book that is important to you, but it is the Mystagogue, whether in person form or not, is an opening to the gateway of a new life. It's a gateway of education. It's new skills. It's new things. It's the identity you take on when you change professions, for example, and you say, I'm not going to be a plumber anymore, I'm going to be an electrician, and it's different. Well, the Mystagogue, which is sort of like a librarian, master librarian character, or a bouncer character, the Mystagogue is in reverse. And I also think of this card as Jupiterian, which means that once again, we are being invited to this new education. We are being invited to this new spiritual identity or some other important transformational experience in life. But we're not going through the front door. Again, we're not going through the front door. And that is surprising. And it might even hurt a little bit because we think, I want to be accepted. I want to be loved. I want to be looked at in the traditional ways. I am seeking belonging. And unfortunately, because of Aquarius, you're going to have to innovate. And that innovation means your tribe, so to speak, is probably going to form around you. And here's the oracle card from the Brownies Oracle, which is shelter. So you can see there is safety under this umbrella. And there is a stormy, there's storms around it. As far as I can tell, you might be the one holding the umbrella. You might be the one who looked into what other people said was a clear blue sky and thought, you know what? I'm going to raise an umbrella because I see things differently. And now everybody is coming to your shelter. Now, instead of looking to a leader to sort of initiate you, to bring you forward, to extend you an invitation, you find you're the one inviting other people in. You're the one providing shelter. And that could be very strange. It could feel very awkward. It could feel very new. There's a lot of the shock of newness here that says just because it's new, just because it's strange, doesn't mean it's bad. We all talk about wanting new things, but adjusting to them is often harder than we think. It's a stranger trip than we expect. So I think this is going to be a strange trip. It's going to be an exciting one. It is redefining you, and it's redefining all of us. And keep reaching with your heart first, I think, and really reaching out in compassion to other people. And, rock on with your bad selves.